As an undergraduate international student, you will spend a lot of time in the American classroom. This video will give you some context for U.S. academic culture and lots of advice to help you succeed at Indiana University. American classrooms tend to be less formal than those in other parts of the world. Professors might ask you to call them by their first or given name. If you don't feel comfortable with this, or if the professor doesn't tell you how they want to be addressed, it is always safe and respectful to say professor or use professor in combination with his or her last or family name. Sometimes professors like to be more informal and will wear casual clothes like jeans during class and office hours. Your professors might be a combination of full-time faculty, adjunct or part-time faculty, and associate instructors who are current graduate students. Almost all professors have regular office hours or will tell you how to set up an appointment to meet with them outside of class. Office hours are a great way to introduce yourself to your professor and discuss topics that interest you in greater detail. If you are struggling with course materials, you should talk to your professor during this time. He or she may be able to offer assistance or refer a tutor. You can also ask about the professor's research interest. This can be especially useful if you are considering graduate school in a similar field. Never ask a professor to change your grade unless you notice a specific grading error. When writing emails to professors, make sure you write the same way you would for a graded paper. Do not use slang or abbreviations. Americans, as a general rule, are very conscious of time. If you make an appointment with a professor, make sure you are on time, or email ahead if you are running late. It is also important to arrive on time or early for each of your classes. Professors usually review their course syllabi on the first day of class. Make sure you pay attention. The syllabus is your map to the course. It outlines classroom rules, expectations of your academic performance, grading policies, and details about course assignments, including important deadlines and due dates. In most courses, your final grade is determined by your performance in a combination of attendance, homework assignments, problem sets, papers, quizzes, exams, forum posts, and other forms of class participation. Professors determine what aspects of your class performance will be graded and typically include this information in the syllabus. Participation grades are often a substantial portion of your final grade, so be attentive and speak up during class. The U.S. grading scale is based on a scale of 0 to 100 percentage points, and the points determine a student's letter grade, A through F. Individual professors might use a different scale. This information can be found in your course syllabus. Some courses have a curve where the professor adjusts raw scores, so the average score of the whole class would be a C, or another fixed letter grade. Typically, this only happens when a large portion of the students are scoring below what the professor thinks the average grade should be. Your grade point average, or GPA, is determined by adding the points from your letter grades for all of your classes together, and then dividing that sum by your total number of credit hours. You can also use the GPA calculator on the registrar's website. American education tends to place high value on learning from experience, so you likely be assigned real-world oriented projects to complete as an individual or as a member of a group. Sometimes you can even earn academic credit for internships in your area of study. Original thought and individual work are other important hallmarks of an American education. Academic integrity is a core issue at Indiana University because it impacts the overall value of every student's degree. Students are expected to complete their assignments as individuals unless assigned to groups or given permission to work in groups by their professors. It is also important that you quote or paraphrase and properly cite any resources that you use in your assignment. Your academic advisor will give you personalized advice on course registration, choosing a major, and completing your degree. Some courses are required for your major or to meet university-wide requirements, but you will have a wide variety of options regarding the courses you take during your time at IU. American universities don't usually have rigid sequencing for the order courses should be taken, so your academic plan will be uniquely tailored for you and may be different than other students who are in the same major. The type of room your class meets in can give you an idea of what format the class will take. For example, if the room seats over 200 students, it is likely to be lecture-based. In a lecture, the professor presents at the front of the room while students listen, answer questions when called on, or at times participate by raising their hand to ask the professor questions. Smaller classrooms that seat 20 or fewer people will most likely be discussion-based and involve direct interaction between students and the professor or associate instructor. You will encounter a variety of classrooms and academic spaces during your time at IU, including computer labs, study lounges, practice rooms, and lab spaces. The staff and faculty at IU are invested in your academic success. We offer many forms of academic support on campus, including writing tutorial services in the library, academic support centers in the residence hall, the Student Academic Center, English language practice groups, tutoring, and more. We've covered a lot of information about academic life at Indiana University. Here are a few highlights to remember. Sometimes, professors like to be more informal and will wear casual clothes like jeans during class and office hours. Office hours are a great place to ask questions or get advice from your professors. The syllabus is your guide to the course. Refer back to it frequently. Active participation is important in American classrooms and will often impact your final grade. There are many academic support resources available to you on campus. If you aren't sure which service to use, have a conversation with your academic advisor or call the Office of International Services for advice. Remember that learning is a process. If you have questions, get confused, or encounter difficulties as you begin classes, there are many people at IU to support you and assist you with your transition. Don't be afraid to ask for help and gain the skills you need to grow, learn, and make the most of your time in the U.S. We wish you every success as you begin your academic career at Indiana University.